Will a narcissist ever truly apologize? No, not really. You see, for them to apologize, they have to admit that they're actually wrong about something. And admitting they're wrong would actually have them understand that they have some shame, they have some guilt, and that they have to own up to something. They have to own up to the fact that they're not perfect, that they're not the best person in the world. You see, with narcissism, they build a kingdom, they build the life, they build the reality that they think is real, and they want to live in it as being the number one, being the best person. So when I would go to work, my goal would be I'm the best person there. I'm the top dog. I'm the number one person that people come to for all the questions, for all the answers, and I run the show. As a result, it fed into my narcissism. At home, I felt like I was the top person. And if I didn't feel that way, then I would degrade my wife. Then I would hurt her. Then I would come at her. Then I would yell at her, or whatever it might be. It wasn't right. But with a narcissist, typically they'll try to do either two things. Either one, they'll never apologize at all, or two, they'll apologize, but not completely. So the not apology at all, that's typical. A lot of times they'll just walk out, they'll move on, they'll ignore it. They'll walk out the door and come back 15 minutes later and be like, everything's fine, what's the problem? The other aspect is they'll apologize while trying to make it turn back on you. So I'm sorry that you took it that way. I'm sorry that you're feeling that way, but I'm sorry that this has happened to you, but if you hadn't done this, they'll find a way to be able to twist it around so that it's not actually an apology. It's more or less another way to be able to attack you, another way to be able to come at you, and another way just to be able to prove their point that they were right to begin with. If you guys don't know who I am by now, my name is Ben Taylor. I'm a self-aware narcissist in recovery that's working on bringing awareness about narcissism out here on the social media platforms and trying to bring awareness, growth, healing, and change to people out here. So I work with people who struggle with narcissism and those tendencies, or that are just narcissists. And I try to get them to stop lying and get to the place where they understand they need help, they need therapy, they need to get into something that's going to help them change who they are to become a better person. And I also work with people who have been victims of narcissistic abuse, who are trying to break free of a trauma bond, who are trying to understand, why did this person do this to me? Who are trying to understand, did the narcissist actually care? What's going on with this? And that's my goal. That's my goal, to be on here to be able to help people. One of the ways I'm trying to help people is by doing videos like this, talking through, did the narcissist actually mean an apology? Or what did that apology look like? So when it comes down to it, if a narcissist, a toxic person is giving you an apology, you have to remember a genuine apology is accompanied by change. You see, if there's no change that accompanies this apology, it's literally the same exact thing is just happening over and over and over again. I mean, you've heard insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. It's that typical type of thing. So as a result, I come up to you and I slap you in the face and I say, I'm sorry. And then I come back and I say, hey, slap you in the face. Then I say, oh, I'm sorry. Then I come up to you and I slap you in the face and say, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry you felt that way. And I come back up to you and I slap you in the face and I'm sorry that you took it that way. After a while, you're going to say, you're not actually sorry. That's typically what's happening, though, in a toxic relationship, but we don't realize it. Over a period of time, this person will keep coming at us and keep coming at us. They'll keep raging, they'll keep yelling, they'll keep cheating, they'll keep lying, they'll keep deceiving. All the time, they might say, I'm sorry that you took it that way, or I'm sorry if you hadn't looked through my phone, you wouldn't be struggling with this, or we wouldn't have this argument if you would respect me more, or if you just would have listened, then I wouldn't have, and it goes on and on and on. You see, the difference is genuine apology is accompanied by change. An illustration that I was saying, if I keep coming to you and I keep slapping you in the face and saying I'm sorry, you're going to catch on pretty quick that I'm not actually sorry. Why? Because I'm not changing. Like, nothing is different in my actions. That is what the narcissist does. That's what has been done to you a lot of times. They've come to you multiple times. They've yelled and they've raged at you. They've walked out, come back, be like, I'm sorry you took that away. Next time, yell, rage, walk out, come back, doesn't even change anything. Genuine apologies are accompanied with change. So sometimes people ask me, whether it's in groups or whether it's in one-on-ones that I do with people, and they'll say, like, how do I know that my narcissist is actually wanting to change? Like, they say they want to change. They say that they want to get better. They say they're going to go to therapy. It's all accompanied by change. Actual physical, emotional, mental change that you see that has to be consistent. So a good example is a person will say, hey, I'm going to go to therapy. Like, I want to make the marriage work, so I'm going to go to therapy. Okay? Who books the session? If you book the session, not the narcissist, then that's not really true change. If the narcissist starts booking the session, okay, there might be a little bit of hope there. Okay? Then the narcissist goes to the session. How's it going to happen? What's going to go down? How's it going to appear afterwards? Is he going to communicate about it? Is he going to start changing? Is he going to start opening up? Is he going to start being vulnerable? These are all different things that could or might not happen when your narcissist goes to counseling or therapy, if they ever do. Now, a lot of times they won't. And a lot of times they will say they're going to go and then they will put it off. They'll future fake of, I'm going to go to counseling, and then they never do. So like for me, I said I was going to go counseling, and I told my wife we needed counseling for months. And probably the we need counseling probably was close to like years. But when it finally came down to it, for me actually saying, hey, I'm going to go get counseling, I'm going to work on this, to me actually doing it, it's probably close to a year. Because I was just future faking the whole time. I was just pushing it off, putting it farther back so that I didn't have to deal with the uncomfortability in the moment of taking responsibility and taking accountability for my actions and saying, I've actually done wrong and I need therapy for it. I didn't want to do that. So I just kept pushing it off and off. So please remember, whenever you're struggling, whenever you're talking, whenever you're figuring out or thinking about things with the person that you're with, or with ex, or with whoever that's narcissistic or toxic, and you're wondering, like, did they actually mean that apology, or are they actually going to change? Remember, a genuine apology is accompanied by change. And change over the long term has to be consistent. Narcissists are great with having flash in the pan changes. They're going to change for a week or a day, and then they'll revert back to the old ways. Change is going to continue. It's going to progress. It's going to continue to grow. If the narcissist isn't willing to change and grow and be honest about who they are, no change is ever going to happen. So please remember that. An apology has to have change included, or else it's not really an apology. Stop letting people say sorry to you that keep abusing you over and over the same exact way. Set boundaries, set consequences, and work to a place where you can be free of the toxic people in your life. If you like what you see here, subscribe to my channel, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. Reach out to me through rawmotivations.com and set up either a one-on-one or just shoot me an email of encouragement. Thank you so much.